Whew. More races. Let's go. Let's go. I love it. Who am I even comparing to? Who am I even comparing to? Let's try Chippy, I guess. Just to have someone to compare to. Let's select Chippy. I think Chippy is better than I on a good day, but you know. Just something to have there. That'll be so fun. Basically, I have this week off, and somehow I managed to do both those deadly midday naps. I didn't want to, but I stayed up too long yesterday, and it just happened. So yeah, love it. Love it. Ugh. So let's just keep that open, I guess. Let's ready up. Okay, I'm not delaying anyone, that's the most important part. Fast off shift. Question is if I can even reasonably do it. We'll see. And the person I'm comparing to is Chippy, who on a good day can get a 153, on a bad day he just DNFs. So if I can even somewhat keep up with it, boy, that'll be great. Hey Starkey. I'd supposed to be on evening classes right now, but I was like, okay, just a quick nap. And I wake up and it's like the classes start in 2 minutes, so I was like, okay, actually I'm on vacation. Let's just pretend I never wanted to go. Well, the race starts in 2 minutes, but I can try multitasking. I think some are still very too ready up. It's crazy how like this fucking community that there's randomly 9 people there to race out of nowhere. Rules apply for a game per category, capped at we must have no cuts on segment, must be a timer on screen total times, so the team must try and just go to follow the steps. Add or DM take the connoisseur C as a last-ditch solution and annoy him. You can also add that. Requiring Discord I think isn't necessary. Let's say recommend it, or you can DM TikTok or something. Yeah. I have no concept of time. It's 6 PM, but it feels like I just woke up. What happened, Sable? What did they just do? Oh, hello Raiders, you're just in time to watch me suffer. Basically I've been practicing a lot of Pokemon Red as of recently. And yeah, after a midday nap, I just woke up, realized people are racing, and now I'm in a 9 people race, with all the people having more experience than I do. And Leo isn't there, and I'm fairly close to leveling Leo. Now I'm against someone who is like, at best, minutes ahead of me. At worst, he just fails something and I'm ahead. This is the guy I'm comparing to, but there's 9 other people. I just didn't feel like changing the layout to compare to everyone. Thanks for the raid, Sable. We'll see what I can do race-wise. People are still readying up, but the timing was perfect. But yeah, just waiting on the others, pretty much. I love Pokemon. It's very cool, speedrun-wise. It's like a perfect blend of weird RNG, but also just heavy execution. It's like heavier execution than Shadow, because Shadow gives you a break. And it's more about intuitive feel and stuff. And here it's just like you press wrong button and lose a race by a minute. So it's fun. And yeah, the race route is also very cool, because when you're doing PB attempts you just go full ham, and if you die and reset. Here it's like if you die, you gotta have a backup because you wanna finish that run, so it adds a whole different layer to it. And all of those people use Race Time GG, which is like the new SRL. And I love that program, like, that site. I really wanna incorporate it into Shadow of the Colossus speedruns as well. And I already created a page, where there just wasn't an opportunity to race. That's like what is a bit sad about Shadow, because here it's just like, hey, people wanna race? Bam, there's 10 people out of nowhere racing. It's called racetime.gg. It links to the live split like SRL also did, and it has a built-in Elo system. And people can just race and it syncs up the live splits, so it's very cool. I can only recommend, a lot of people use it for other kinds of races as well, like bingo races and randomizers and stuff, but it's also very much used in Pokemon and the tournament I'm in right now. And I'm getting better and better. I PB'd yesterday in Pokemon, and I haven't still gotten a sub 2 hour race time, even though I'm more than capable of doing that. And since this is a practice race, I really hope I can do it right now. It's very cool. And that's a cool thing, like, with the way Pokemon works is they have a perfect emulator. So, emulator runs have no time difference whatsoever to regular runs. And while I'm running on consoles, most people are running on emulators, but it's still like, you know, the better person wins. It's just expensive to get this whole setup I got, but I'm insane and love Pokemon, so I got that. It's like a GameCube with an added Game Boy player and an adapter to make it HDMI without input delay. Lots of things. Yeah, imagine. Next year for sure, Stocky. Yeah, next year for sure. You know, I could be more mad about this week off I am having right now, but actually I'm enjoying it so much I can't even be mad. I'm living life to the fullest. Sometimes just having the week off without having anything planned is also a vacation in itself. High elo dense game. Oh yeah. Oh, there's someone joined who is lower elo than me, but I won't change anything on the live split because that would be too much. Yeah, no worries there, Stocky. But I will force you to do it next year. Once things are more clear and you can plan ahead of time. You can just select any kind of week, to be honest. I will be more flexible. I still will have evening classes, but either I will just go to them or I won't. It's fine. So yeah, it looks like this is a decent mix actually of people. There is... Okay, we're at 11. There's like top tier people in there who will utterly destroy me. There's also people that are just above my level that could go away, and some people that I should beat. So yeah, let's see how that will go. I'm excited. I think my biggest strength is that since I started playing this game again, like before it I never really took it too seriously, I just did a few runs here and there and that will be it. But now I've been like full on practicing race route only, which improved my overall execution a lot because you're playing the whole game. It's the whole concept like Sean did, where he actually played the game instead of running headfirst into a brick wall like I did for the longest time. And yeah, guess what? Races improve your time tremendously. Like going from a 2:01 when I started this with the first PB, or like it was a 2:03 before that, like a month ago. To a 1:54 overall PB is nuts. Some people take months to get there and they got it within below a month. It's all the approach to it, right? To a practice, isn't it? And actually now I'm kind of confident I can get ideally to top 50. That's my short-ish term goal. I should be able to do it. And then from there I can see bonking Leo would be amazing. Oh, it's starting, and as you see the timer starts automatically, so it's perfectly sync up. So basically you don't press a button, so you just wait for 15 seconds to go down, and that's how you do it. Hello Oak, long time no see. I mean, since today is a bit more chill and there's some people watching, I can also try to explain what I'm doing. Basically naming one character names makes this text go faster, since it isn't like printing the whole ass name. And since this is race route, you will get the PC potion. In a regular run you usually skip that one, since, well, if you die in the first fight you just reset. And it's not really necessary, but it's a good thing to have to not actually die. Because, I mean, if you die, the game doesn't stop, it just continues, but you don't have the EXP, meaning you have to fight like 3 extra encounters or so, which might as well be a DNF, because you're losing minutes. Okay. Let me get my notes straight. Yeah, it works. And we're starting with Squirtle. The whole reason we're starting with Squirtle is it's good against the first gym leader, but we won't be using Squirtle for the whole game, like in Fire Red they use it, I think, for the whole game. But here, since Gen 1 RNG worked in a very certain way and some movesets were a bit overpowered, later on we will be getting Nido, like Nidoran Male, and later Nidoking. The reason is, it's first of all poison type, so it makes you immune to all poison, which is great to not lose a lot of time. It's very strong. Like, we will RNG manipulate a perfect Nidoran, which has perfect stats and just crushes everything. And then it just can learn all kinds of moves. Did you know a Nidoking can use Water Gun, Bubble Beam, Thunderbolt, Thrash, and all that jazz? Yeah, me neither. I think they got rid of that later, but it pretty much learns all the moves. Earthquake, Blizzard. Because it just looks menacingly, the developers were like, oh, surely it can do everything. So this fight can win and lose a lot of time, and currently I'm actually having an amazing fight because the growls of that Bulba are not hitting. Holy shit, this is like the best fight I've had in quite a while. This was very good. Damn. But this is not all. Like, the first part of the game is still RNG because you go through that whole grass section to go to a Morit and get Oak's stuff. And, like, do that little side quest. And here you need one encounter for EXP, but afterwards you don't want any encounters. And it's a bit of a toss-up. Like, you will fight with Rat. Because, you know, you can just YOLO like I will. Where it's like, there's a chance you get absolutely demolished by encounters. But there's also a chance you don't encounter anything, which will then be best or worst. The best, or arguably the best racer in this game, Addict, does a RNG manipulation instead. That one costs some time because you need to reload the whole like game. But it gives you like a more expected outcome. It's basically the equivalent of... Well, I would be lying because I don't know how time-wise it is adjusted, but this basically gives you a decently good outcome, but not the best. So if someone is lucky, like I'm currently so far, I will be faster than him, but he will avoid all those very, very bad outcomes, which, for someone of his caliber, he will outplay most people, so doing it will give him a more predictable result. But since I have trouble RNG manipulating at all, I'd rather just YOLO, I guess. Even though it's not that bad, but I might have to look into it later. But hey, so far this is pretty much perfect. I'm like 30 seconds faster than usually on this part. But there's still the whole run back up, and this can still make it an average attempt if I just get encounter after encounter. And afterwards then there is like the whole RNG manipulation, which I can go into. RNG manipulations in this game are actually a lot easier than in other like Pokemon games. Because in other Pokemon games there's like a new thing generated like every frame of the game or something, so you have to have this timer where you then try and hit that 1 frame or 2 frame window or whatever. Here it's a bit different. It's still frame perfect, arguably, but due to the way the game works, it's actually like a third of a second window for each input. Basically, once you reset the game, it puts the game into a clean slate, and then from that point on, if you buffer everything... okay, just 1 encounter is amazing. This is almost perfect luck, only like 10 seconds of time loss. And with an average like Squirtle fight, this would have been still just about like that time. Let's buy 5 Pokeballs, usually you buy 4, but I want the safety because I'm not 100% sure on how I'm doing the manipulations, and it includes a perfectly buffered ball throw. Okay, this guy didn't follow. Let's switch these items up because I don't know the buffer for slot 2, and now we're resetting the game. So here I'm just waiting. There's some manips where you do it differently. Here I'm buffering these 3 buttons, like select B up. To get through this, I'm buffering start. And now I'm buffering A. And now I follow this set path with certain A presses to create a bit of lag on certain frames. It's like 6 A presses, and then if you did it correctly, not always, but most of the time, you will get a Nidoran here. And now I'm just buffering the Pokeball, and this is our starter. There's a 1 in like 2,500 chance this is the wrong Nido and it will kill the run. But I think I can pretend here it's the correct one for the most part. There's also like some IGTs they're called. They're 704 by the way is faster, and I have it in my PB, I think. Or like, no, not quite faster, but within 5 seconds, and considering I picked up an extra potion, it's insane. So let me pick up an extra potion for even more safety, even though this one is optional. And on the right you can actually see I'm comparing to one of the racers who is like chippy. Skill-wise I think he's above me, but he's showed some inconsistency. We'll see how it goes. But with that RNG I will even outpace the top runners. They usually then just catch up by execution. Okay, like I'm like 37 seconds ahead, which means Chippy's RNG was decent. 740 isn't bad, it's about average, I think. It just shows the variance early game, which is a bit of a trouble with this game, because if you actually want to go for full-on PB runs, there is a tendency that you reset a ton of runs early, which can lead to annoying stuff. Okay, this Weedle fight also has the potential to lose like 30 seconds. Because it can just string shoot you all day, which basically does nothing, which would be good. But it also has the potential to use Poison Sting, and each of the Poison Stings has a chance to just poison. Which, if you get poisoned early, you get the text boxes every time that you get damage, which loses a ton of time, as you can only imagine. Another thing you might or might not notice in these fights, I'm trying to buffer the text boxes. It's like low-level tech, so to speak, because they are fairly easy to do. But something that I discovered, like, since I re-entered the game. Because I didn't know it before. Okay, this is a very good Weedle fight. Holy shit. I'm actually cruising right now. I'm like max speeds right now. At least for the strats I'm using. There's of course faster strats where you, from the Nido manipulation, you can also chain to get the flyer as well. Like to catch a bird, a Pidgey. But I'm not doing that because it's hella hard. You have to like buffer through the naming process of the Nido. Which is kinda insane. That's something for later, as well as some other manipulations where you do variations which are a bit easier. But that's a good part, they have like enough different strategies. So here we're already preparing to like later use Nido, so I'm switching it to a front and I'm tossing the antidote since we need perfect space management. I could have healed here, honestly. Arguably I should have, but I don't think it's necessary. At 15 it's like right at the cutoff. So if you were a good player, you would have caught a Pidgey by now, and you would know if you have good or bad specials, so you wouldn't need to save here, but I'm not a good player. So if I have bad special, there is a good chance it just kills me on a random bide on the Onyx. And, I mean, this game is buggy as hell. There's like, even for 100% move, there's like a 1 in 256 chance that a move just misses anyway because of like programming stuff. Sounds about right with 256, doesn't it? Okay, reuse bubble and we'll see. This is good special. So I should be fine, unless I get that Gen 1 miss with a 1 in 256, which like... It happened to me before, so I managed to die on good special anyway, which is why at this point, even though it's very unlikely, I still save just because I don't want to be that guy that gets 1 in 256 and just dies. But for the most part I should be fine here. Bubble. For the Screech you can buffer a B-hold so it attacks us a bit faster. And another bubble. And we're through. Brock. And as you see, we learned Horn Attack on the Nido because we trained it on the side while doing all this. This is, by the way, a very good Brock time. It's absolutely insane because the Weedle fight went also very well. The only thing that was unnecessary, this was actually a gold split, I'm a minute ahead of my PB run. Well, race PB, gotta admit. Because this route uses different kind of strategies to the actual PB runs, including that one strategy that is used in PB attempts is banned. Which is called instant text. The reason it's banned is not because it's considered a glitch, because people already decided it's not. It's more so that in race settings, it punishes safe play, which makes it a toss-up whoever gets through, because if you just get perfect RNG, you gain minutes of times. So it incentivizes doing risky plays, it might just kill you, and for PB attempts that's fine, because you wanna go for the fastest possible time, but for like races like that, it's not really reasonable because it would kill any smart plays. Oh, Racebot is being silenced in my chat. Can we unsilence him, please? I was wondering why everyone got the Racebot, but I didn't, because this will actually allow you to follow the results of a race. I wouldn't be surprised if I was ahead of almost everyone right now. By the way, because I have insane RNG right now. So my goal here right now is to get a good, chunky, fat race PB. Yeah, that's insane. Is that Teppich ahead of me, or who is ahead? I'm wondering. If I had to guess, that would be him. Otherwise it's just RNG dependent anyway. Oh, keeping it icy, interesting. Okay. Let's heal. Because this next fight is also a big RNG fest. You shouldn't ever die here if you play it right, but there's like an Ekans, and that snake likes to rap. And rap worked differently in the old gens. Instead of just being like a slight annoyance, it actually blocked your move. And it could be 2 to 5 turns. And also this rat loves to crit moves. It's a bad rat. Oh, someone caught up. Thank you for fixing it. On my like new layout I'm using, I just didn't see that things were blocked by a Racebot. So that makes a lot of sense. Hello, Ekans. Okay, here you can see the rep, and I have to heal this, because even though there's a chance the rep doesn't last as long, if it does, I just get destroyed, so I'd rather continue the run. As you see, it just blocks any... Oh, I double leered like an idiot. Please don't punish me. Hell yeah, that's cool. Love it. Well, at this point I can at least save a horn attack. Yeah, make sure to @ everyone the announcement actually, and also put it on SRC. @ everyone so no one can say, oh, I didn't see, you know. This is like one of the rare cases where I would do a whole ass @ everyone. If you can't do it, I will do it. But you should be able to, I think. Oh, why am I leering? This is wrong. I'm getting distracted. Perfect. And also answer that guy who was asking for it. Oh, that just kills? Okay. Oh, that crit is amazing. I love that crit. Basically in this section I'm trying to save as many horn attacks as possible for a later fight. Because that later fight is kind of a toss-up. And can go very unlucky. I was hit by a lot of string shots, so I think I can tackle this. The problem with the string shots though is that next Metapod might outspeed. If that's how it works anyway, I can't remember if that's... Oh, it's the next fight, I guess. Oh, that crit. Holy shit, this is amazing. Even though the Ekans trolled me a bit, this next fight was so good. Another thing by this like whole speedrun of this game is so nice. It rewards good, smart, risk-reward kind of play. It's not coming into play for me right now just because, well, it rarely happens on this section of the game. But whenever you're low enough health, like in Red Bar, it's called, when there's like this sound playing, you're in danger, you know, it's the big beep boop. It's like another sound playing on top of everything else, and since the hardware of the game didn't allow for multiple things to play, it just skips all kinds of jingles and animations, which makes the game go super fast, which is great for speedrunning. because you basically want as much of that red bar as possible. And later on in the game there's like sections where you can reasonably decide to just go for that red bar, which then in that case will just make you be very, very fast, which is very cool. Here I'm catching a flyer since I didn't do earlier. I'm catching it naturally, so instead of manipulating, I'm just damaging it and hoping it goes in. Which is why I bought an extra spare ball, because I'm not doing a flyer manip. It got in though, but chances to catch it are fairly high. And now the next part is one of the most difficult parts. It took me ages to learn and I'm still not perfect at it. Basically Mount Moon is coming up. And there's a manipulation you can do from here. Where if you do perfect inputs throughout all of it, you skip all encounters. And I do a modified version that Leo invented, where I divide it up into 2 parts, because what the fuck? I won't be able to do this for 2, 3, 4, whatever minutes straight. I'm already doing it for very long. This is all perfect inputs. If I do one wrong mistake, I lose minutes. Because I have to buffer all the correct inputs and the A presses. Which, for seasoned players, this is not hard at all. Or, well, at all is a strong word, but basically you have some leeway. It's not like... It's technically frame perfect, but not like frame perfect. Because each of the inputs has like a certain window where you can press it and still be fine. But this took me ages to learn. I used to not be able to get this at all, and now I'm at a point where I can get it reasonably. As you see, the music will keep playing and playing, and as long as I do this spell correctly, it's like as if I had a repel. The reason we have to do this is because there's no repels available in this game. Yet. And the pros just do like a full version of this thing, where they go throughout the whole moon until the rocket fight, and manipulate a Paris to appear perfectly just in time. I'm not good enough to do that yet, so I'm only doing this modified half version of it, which Leo coined the Goon Manip, because it's hella scuffed but it works. Oh boy. Look at me, I'm nailing it, holy shit. This used to be like a 1 in 4 chance for me to hit and I just did it. And now I'm doing the second manip, which is Poi Manip. Yeah, basically we're gooning. And this is like what usually people would just chain into this. But since I'm not good enough, I'm doing it as a separate manip, which loses like the 20 seconds or so to reset. But this way you're like less of a chance to mess up right at the end and get a whole bunch of encounters. So someone like me, maybe I will learn the full moon at some point, but for now this is just easier. Especially since Leo made the whole manip part, the first part, a lot easier to execute because he chose easier pathing. Because there's a... Oh, I did this wrong. Holy shit. Let's hope I randomly still hit it. Holy shit! That's actually insane. Let's just YOLO it and see what happens, out of curiosity. Okay, this didn't work. Of course, why would it? So let's... Well, still punished because this is not a guaranteed catch. With other manip with the right execution, this is a guaranteed catch, but now I have 2 chances to catch this. Never punished, okay. Whew! This is actually... The way the manips work is very strange. Sometimes, if you do it wrong, you still encounter this, but like a different version of it. Sometimes you don't encounter it at all. There's a backup I would have done, if I didn't. Okay, let's toss the Pokeball and save the game because this next fight can go horribly wrong. And also I didn't keep track on the horn attacks I still have available, but I should be fine. This is very good for me, by the way. Like, even though I had the delay on the Paris catch, this is all we need. Like, all the catches are done and there's just one easy manip left Okay, we have 6. This is literally easy mode. I just horn attack everything. The Zubat can troll you hard though, because it can confuse, and from that point on it becomes a fiesta. But having more horn attacks available makes this a whole lot easier. And if it doesn't, like, confuse, it's still very good. Okay, we're good. This went very well. Like, this is probably the best moon section I've gotten in Race Route ever. And I'm 2 minutes ahead of Chippy, holy shit. Wait. So I think I rare candy first. Yeah, I remember. I'm starting to remember menus, by the way, which is a good sign, because before that I would just be glued to the freaking notes and always, like, get confused. But, you know, now I kind of know what to do. I just usually need to confirm, so it's a quick glance. And I'm usually fine. Like, Moonstone into Mega Punch, it's now. The biggest difference between me and, like, a top tier runner is, of course, still the speed of execution. Because they have all those kind of buffers, and that adds up. Even if it's just a second or so on each, it's probably a minute or two over the whole freaking run still. And other than that, also the decision making, where they just know backups I don't and execute on them quicker. So they, like, never stall. Okay, the first person forfeited, so I won't be last place. Now this encounter is bad and it's random, but it's a Geodude, which isn't the worst. Since we can opt to, like, kill this for extra EXP, which will make some of the later fights easier. Okay, let's talk to the guy. And now comes the Mega Punch era of this speedrun, where Mega Punch isn't fully accurate move, so it's usually the best option just because it deals a ton of damage. But, like, there is certain times where a Mega Punch miss will just fuck you over. Not enough to fully kill you if you play your cards right, most of the time. Sometimes you just gotta take the risk though. Oh, that's the wrong move I used there, but it should still be fine. Try to talk and buffer and do things, but it shouldn't be any slower, honestly. This is still slower than my other moon? Are you serious? How is it slower than my other moon? Well, I guess the extra encounter. This is actually bizarre. Oh, I guess the Paris delay? I'm not sure. Anyway, this is still, like, a very good moon for me. I'm just not sure why sometimes I just end up losing so much time, even though it doesn't seem like I should be losing so much time. This is something that happened to me in the PB as well. Well, with that extra encounter, now I know. Fuck you, Geodude, and the other Geodude. Those lose a lot of time. But it's still, like, I'm still ahead of PB. Could have been more ahead though. But anything 26, 27 is, like, very good for me anyway. For the top tier runners, they usually try and get a 25. In proper PB attempts, 23 is possible, but it's very unlikely to happen in a race. And this is where the race route fully deviates from, like, the regular PB route, just because we don't do that glitch with instant text, for the reasons I explained earlier. Like, in theory, it's not considered a glitch, even though there was a lot of controversy about it. Basically, if you go talk to the bike guy, he doesn't have a bike yet and the game gets confused because of the text inputs or whatever. So if you just go to him and, like, decline anything he says, it will make your text appear instantly. And the community deemed this not a glitch, but an oversight, but still working as intended. So, you know, you can make with it as we will. But since that adds unnecessary risks to the run, they got rid of it for race route, because otherwise a lot of people would just die on bridge trying to go fast, taking risks, or just have to heal and then lose Minister of a guy who did nothing better. So this is why like the race route by definition is at least 2 minutes slower, because it doesn't use that glitch. This fight is annoying as well, because this guy can sand attack. Okay, and Mount Moon is the moment where it's expected for me to lose time compared to the top tier guys. I'm not sure why I lost that much time, but oh well. It's the 2 encounters, I guess, and that extra save I do compared to the like top tier people, but I'm still midway, and midway is very good. I mean, even for my standards, that wasn't the best split, I guess. Bulbasaur. At least this fight is going well so far. Okay, it growled, so I have to make a punch again and hope it hits. That works. This was a flawless fight. This rival fight can lose minutes once more if you get double sand attacked or whatever and have to switch out. Because one sand attack you usually just YOLO and suffer. With 2 sand attacks you're not hitting anything anymore, for the most part, unless you're very lucky, so, you know. Okay, let me focus. 2 Mega Punches. No, that's... Oh yeah, I'm with the catcher, that's all good. And this is the first reasonable part of the game. Like, Route 3 you can get lucky and still get red bar, but not for many fights, usually it's just 2. Here, if you get damaged enough, in theory you can get red bar all the way through the next route, which matters. Because at that point you're saving a ton of time. But you can't like force it here. With some other parts you can like stall on certain Pokemon to force it. Here you can just have luck that you get a bunch of crits or the rival fight damages you a lot. But even then you have to be careful to not go too low on certain fights, because then you just straight up die. So I'd say like the red bar here is pretty much, well, if you get it you try to go for it, but it's like, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. That's at least how it feels to me. Oh, that crit. Hell yeah. This bridge section is starting out to be very good. And I also got to remember that I have Moon XP, so on, for example on this guy, I can Horn Attack his Zubat, which isn't faster, but it guarantees the kill instead of Mega Punching it, which might miss. So it makes this whole section a bit safer. Because if you miss the Mega Punch on the Zubats, it's a bunch of trouble. And if you don't have that extra Moon XP, you don't level right before them, so... you know, you don't have enough damage to do it with a Horn Attack. At which point if you miss the Mega Punch and it's Supersonics or something, it's a big meme. Yeah, no worries, Stocky, have fun. Yeah, I'll just try to keep up with commentary here, because it's actually a lot of fun trying to organize my thoughts. See ya. But anyway, this whole section is just about hitting the moves. We'll see. If I get like a good time here, that would be very cool. Because then I have like this whole commentary thing going as well. Because I felt like it. Usually with these races, it's just like, you know, just stay silent and focus. This Mankey can be tricky if you're low health, because it can crit and destroy your life. But here I'm high enough health that it doesn't matter. If I would have listened with Mega Punch, I would have probably switched to Horn Attack and maybe I could have gotten a red bar out of it. but yeah, it's usually still faster to just kill it than to hope for red bar setup or whatever. Since you're also taking time to acquire it, so it kind of cancels out the benefit, especially since it's not guaranteed. Risk reward kind of thing. So we punch that snake and horn attack with Zubat because of Moon XP we got. Okay, bridge is done. Okay, gained a minute right back, that's actually insane. Yeah, I remember the run yesterday had a very bad bridge, so it's nice to gain the time back like that. Okay, this hiker we just water gun. So basically, yeah, this whole section leads to Bill, who gives you like the next story item you need. Continue with like a whole story part. And this is also why we taught water gun. There's routes that don't use water gun, but they're usually slower, just because going for the hikers instead, you know, the water gun makes it very simple. And with the manipulation, it's not too bad to pick it up on the way, so to speak. Ah, the crit stopped me from buffering the next one. Okay, just another hiker. And the last, we're done with this route, which will lead into Misty, and Misty is an interesting part of the run, because it's one of the gym leaders. Like, she can actually just kill you, it's a very necessary save. Since from any HP a bubble beam crit just, it has no mercy. It will just straight up kill you most times, I think. So you can get hella trolled there. But it will also lead to the next section, because having red bar for the next section is very useful, since this is probably the biggest time save you can get off of red bar, the whole fly bar thing, cave bar, or whatever they call it. But you gotta set it up right, like if you play it too risky you can straight up die. So there's certain strats to do it reasonably, so to speak. Let's see how fast I am here. I'm 5th! Holy shit, with that competition I'm still 5th. That's amazing. And with the, like, usual gods of the game being ahead, which makes sense. Can't forget that I leveled early here. Okay. That Mega Punch miss sucks, but it's fine. So I double horn attack and teach fresh after the second one instead of the third one as usual. Because of the extra moon XP. Like usually you would level after the next one, but here you can just learn Thrash right now. And Thrash is a great move for speedrunning. You don't need Water Gun anymore because you got through the whole section here, and later you just switch to Bubble Beam. Because Thrash is a move that hits multiple times in a row, and Nidoking is very, very strong. So you basically save the inputs. So it's a very fast move to use overall, especially also because of animation, I think. It's a quick animation instead of the slow ones. Like, certain moves have certain animations, and depending on that they save or lose time, which is also routed in, funnily enough. Like, sometimes it makes sense, for example, to kill something with a poison sting, just because it's a quicker animation. Compared to, like, Horn Attack, for example. Okay, we used our Candy Escape Rope. And yeah, you can escape rope out of certain buildings. It's a feature, don't overthink it. I think in Pokemon Yellow it's not possible, they actually have to walk back, if I remember. But if it's programmed that way, you're not doing anything unintended, so it's not a glitch. It's a feature. There's a lot of grey area things like that, but in the end. There's also a classic category that keeps it very clean. There's like no RNG manipulation. Straight, just, you know, clean. It gets rid of anything that could be considered a glitch. But it's a lot harder to play, and due to that, it's also, I guess, less popular. Though it's an interesting category, I might look into it at some point. But it's like also considerably slower, so, you know, never-ending discussion. These, both of them are ranges, damage ranges. But we went through fine. And it's actually kinda bad to get extra damage just because Misty can then wreak havoc. So either you have to do an extra potion, or you straight up just risk death in under certain circumstances. But getting to Misty. So this is like a fight where reasonably you could just have bad luck and there's nothing you can do, but most of the time it goes well. Okay, that crit is amazing. Makes this whole thing a lot faster. So I don't have to heal, so I just save here. The save is pretty much mandatory. And now it will depend on how much damage Misty deals, if at all, how we proceed. There's certain HPs that are kinda oof. But I have a lot of potions still, like I didn't get shoaled much in the section before. So I can also heal into a range, which is reasonable, so to speak. Okay, X defend can lead to me being confused, which is another stall. Water gun isn't too bad. Okay. I have to switch to Squirtle, because otherwise I might just die. Because I'm confused. Basically, Thrash can at least last 3 or 4 turns. Wow. This is slow. I'm basically through with this fight. I'm pretty much guaranteed to go through with this. It's just a bit of a time loss, which is annoying, but oh well. And I didn't get much damage here. Just your regular water gun. But I got through. Just a bit of a stall. But basically, yeah, depending on how the next fights go, I might be low enough after the next rival fight to get that red bar. There's also certain ways you can stall on certain fights to try to force that red bar because it's very good. But if you don't, you don't. Under certain circumstances, there's also an optional trainer you fight to get a rare candy to make the next few fights safer. Because at that point you guarantee a red bar throughout the next whole section. It costs like, I don't know how much, it costs a decent chunk of time to fight him. But if you're low enough on health and have red bar, it's still worth going for in a race route anyway. Because otherwise you're just risking death on the next gym leader. There's also an optional healing item you can get here, but I won't because I am high enough health. Only one DNF so far. It's insane because last race I've done yesterday, there was like half a people DNF'd like fairly early on. And now all of them are still going. So these fights are interesting because it can just give you chip damage that with critic attacks like that, which can be very bad if you're low health, but if you're high health like me, I almost want it to happen. Just to get within a range for a fight, rival fight where you can still get into red bar. And all of them have like quick attacks. Yep, 2 of them. So that is decent. Makes it a bit slower, but we kinda want trip damage at his health. But yeah, I won't play over risky right now. If I get to a red bar, it's good. If not, then not. Last run where I PB'd, which was yesterday, I went for the Gentleman Candy approach because I had the right HP to do so, which basically evened out the splits. So if I don't get it, ideally of course you get red bar anyway, but don't go for the Gentleman Candy, because that's the fastest. So if you have just enough HP for the Surge fight, and then get hit at red bar at that fight, that's probably the fastest. Okay, oops, that was wrong. Fell a little bit behind. Is to be expected with time. Especially since my Misty was a bit bad. It wasn't the worst, but it was eh. Gained time on Chippy, so I'm decently ahead there. Probably just RNG. So I'm high enough health to just straight go into a rival fight without healing. So this is what I will do. And yeah, we will see how it goes. I already have a fainted Squirtle. If I get hit by Sand Attack, I want to switch to the bird in that case, to sacrifice, because having bad, like, accuracy in this fight is deadly. And like, in the actual PB attempts, you ideally keep, like, the instant text until after this fight, so, you know, it is pretty crazy. Okay, quick attack as well. I'm still at 43, so on the red I Hornet Tang and Poison Sting. Basically stalling for more damage from this guy. That's not too much damage still. And then I just thrash. So basically I'm still not low enough, but I can get some extra damage from that Ivysaur. Vine Whip is pretty good. 33 is reasonable. I think I can stall a bit on the Surge fight. But this is definitely not HP where I go for a Gentleman Candy because I'm safe in the next fight. So, okay. The Seasick Captain will now give us an HM. Meanwhile, let me scroll forward with like the notes, just so I have an overview of the next menu. And I will do double Bubble Beam on the Voltorb to try and get extra damage for red bar. If I do, this would actually be awesome, because then I would be faster in my last run since I'm not going full safety here. So it could be the best outcome, but if I don't get hit, then it's probably no red bar for me, because I don't know the stalls threats later on. It's also a quick little cutscene here where the ship leaves, so I can calm down a little and watch over the next steps. I appreciate this cutscene a lot every time I'm here. Okay, the Teppich had a 38 Misty, that's literally faster than my PB. That's pretty crazy, but that shows you the skill difference still. Like my actual PB with instant text, it's quite rough. So it's 6 repels in my route and 4 para heals. Para heals are there to fill backspace, but also sometimes you can get paralyzed in runs. TM11. Bubble Beam over slot 4. I once did this wrong before, so it's now I remember always slot 4. No Gentleman Candy, so HM01, TM28. I always forget how to do this menu optimally, but yeah, should be fine. Okay, now we use cut. And manipulate the cans, because the can puzzle is random. There's always randomness that you can manipulate, right? It's actually quite crazy because in yellow you don't do this RNG manipulation, just because the way the cans work there, there's enough of a pattern that on average is faster to just go YOLO it. But in red, no such thing. There's also like a slight chance this fails, but I got lucky. There's like an extra strat you can do there to avoid less of the bad outcomes, to get less of the bad outcomes, but it's a bit different and I've never learned it. So yeah, since I'm over 25, I'm stalling for damage. So I double Bubble Beam here. Doesn't put me into red bar. Sadness. I can still get quick attack crit by the Pikachu. But I don't think that's enough damage here. Nope. No red bar for me. Big Sag. Since this Raichu can't actually damage me. Since I'm ground type and all that. Yeah, now it's actually a bit oof. I don't know the proper backups there on how to do this properly, but I will just avoid the red bar and play to the best of my ability, I guess. Which, you know, if someone gets red bar here, it's like a gain of like, I don't know, 40 seconds or something. Feels like absolute insane time gain, but oh well. Maybe I get lucky randomly. Getting the, like, bike voucher. I need a goat. Oh, wait, I dig out. Sometimes I forget where to go. These are the small time losses here and there. Let's get a bike. The bike is great because it's fast. And now a little menu, swap bike with slot 1, each TM24. I can just scroll down all the way there, can't I? It's fine though. I mean, in theory, this next go, if I miss the Mega Punch, can also damage me. And also the next fight can damage me a little bit. It's probably not enough, but let's see what happens. Who knows? Maybe I get lucky in just the right way. Oh. No. Huh? No, that's not what I want. This is actually painful. Okay, I think you para-heal here? At least I wouldn't know what else to do here. Just hit the goddamn Mega Punch, Jesus Christ. Ugh. I mean, I got a bit of damage, just not in the way I would have wanted. Because that was hella slow and didn't get me into red bar. Oh well. This fight can sometimes kill you if a Mega Punch misses, if they stack up. Anyway. Bubble Beam fresh on the next fight. Still gaining time with Chippy, that's actually insane. Still staying 7th, but within striking distance of the others. It's just that the red ball will separate a lot now. Don't hit that optional. Now we get to a dark cave where you need to know the layout or use a pallet, which is a bit crazy that you can just use a pallet to make this easier, but I don't. Repel. So I don't, because it's cooler. Oh, another guy forfeited. Fuck. Probably some bullshit. I know some people know how to like stall properly here. At some point it would be cool to write down some ranges here. I just don't know them, so I don't want to just randomly die because I do it wrong. Ah. So the next fight after this is actually fairly big oof, because it can straight up kill you. Or it can just go by as if nothing ever was in danger, but I'll have to save for this one to not risk death. It's funny that this girl deserves just as much of a save as like some Elite Four members. Because if you don't get that optional candy here, both of these fresh turns are ranges, and they have a bunch of very annoying attacks that you put you to sleep and such. Well, the Absorb isn't the worst actually, but still not quite in range of the red bar. Come on. Okay. Nothing happened, but you know, it can be a bit tricky. Oh, the repel wore off a little earlier since I did my inputs incorrectly. But that's fine. Okay, here it's a bubble beam times 3. Missed out on most of the red bar, but it is what it is. Okay, here just fresh. Then I'm out of the cave. That gambler can quite literally burn you. And if he does, I'll have to buy a burn heal at the later part. I hope he never does, because if I have to search for that goddamn burn heal, I'll go crazy. Would have a rough idea on what the backup would be. But got through unscathed, which is a more likely scenario anyway. So, a bunch of hidden items that I have to pick up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Counting the bike movements here. 1, 2, 3. Not quite sure on the second one, but you know, better this way than to miss it. I know the professional gamers can do it first try, but I'm not at that level yet. Okay, now we have a big shopping list. So TM34 and Nugget. Oops. Need to sell 2 here. But it's fine. TM07. Then here it's 7 super repels. 4 super potions and 2 revives. The revives are safety of the race route, but I actually do them in my PB attempts as well, just because I'm not at the level yet. Fuck off. She just blocked me, did you see that? And she can just do that. Thank God I watched Leo back this up. It's kind of funny that there's shopping NPC, like, RNG involved here. So we get a soda pop and give it to a girl for ATM. Oh, and of course I will lose a ton of time to my PB here, just because in PB race route I got red bar throughout all of it. You can see how much of a difference it actually makes, it's quite insane. Okay, 12x egg. I think it's 9x specials. Yep, and 1x speed in this route I'm doing. So yeah, of course, compared to not having red bar, even if you get gentleman candy, you're just slower. So yeah. Wow, it's actually over a minute in this case. That's crazy. I didn't know it was that intense, but probably also some execution mistakes. Okay, anyway. Swap slot 2 with TM07. Use use a Super Repel, TM48 Rock Slide. Free with X-Egg, HMO2. Still not perfect by any means, but I'm getting slightly better each time with these little menus. I used to get so confused by them, and I think the time I need to freeze up and look at the notes, it gets less and less every time, which is good. Okay, Thunderbolt, Bubble Beam Fresh. I will lose some more time because I had red bar for this section as well. It's a bit sad. In the sense that if I would have gotten a bit more lucky on the search fight, I could have had red bar for this whole thing. But oh well. It's not the worst thing ever. Now comes that little meme part where you use a 90% accurate move in all the next few fights and just for those fights. Still 7. Even that with fly split, apparently. Rock Slide, 2 Elixir. Actually very close to another guy as well. Yep, looks like Chippy had red bar, so that makes sense. D-Rams forfeited. Jeez. Just finishing runs most of the time is honestly already a good sign. I've gotten decently good at it. At the start when I was doing these I forfeited almost every time, but I feel like I've learned enough that I can avoid many of those. Or maybe I'm just getting lucky. Or both. Okay, didn't get burned by this. So we pick up the rare candy, teach TM07 over slot 1. And then we encounter the dude. Yep, we got Rock Slide just for those 3 fights. It's very cool. Okay. Swap slot 3 of Super Repels and then Pokédoll. The Pokédoll is another controversial thing because it skips some of the story. Since usually you would need like a story item to get past this ghost, but the Pokédoll also works as intended because it just lets you just flee from a battle, so you could also argue it's just a creative use of items. And it's not considered a glitch. At least in this category, which is glitchless. In the classic glitchless, it is, I think. Love Golbat sprite, it's amazing. Psych double control. The first time we use the control abuse here, which allows us to accurately hit KO moves with an X accuracy because this combo was broken. So for any fight that we can't get by regularly, we just X accuracy, set up and drill. It's like a cheat code, but all within the intended mechanics. Later on I think they nerfed that whole thing. Because in this gen, X accuracy gets rid of the whole accuracy check at all. It's kind of crazy. Wait, Thunderbolt. What am I doing? And then Thrash, and then I'm past the food section. Nothing too crazy in this one. I will probably still lose a bit of time compared to my race PB, simply due to the fact that I still had red bar for a few of the earlier fights. Yep, that's what I thought. That's not that big of a difference compared to the others. Fly to Celadon. When I can't forget to use the center, I once did and it destroys the whole route. I need that center for certain reasons. First of all, it sets this as a marker for future like dig-outs, and it also replenishes PP on some of the moves that you need in the next fights. Anyway, the whole Silph section starts now, and that's a setup for the next part of the game, where I need to gain some damage to later on die, which is kind of a creative thing. But yeah, in the Koga fight you want to die to Wheezing self-destruct, because that sets you up for perfect red bar for the rest of the game. Since you just rare candy out of it at minimal HP. But for that you need some damage ideally, and this is what we're trying to do here for the most part, the next like 3 fights or so. But you don't want to waste too much time on that, because then you could just... I hope I picked up the elixir, surely I did. The bite is very good here for that extra damage. Oh, double bite. Baby. If I get like just a little bit more damage on the next fight, this could be huge. Okay, X speed horn draw, which is also why I needed the other thing to happen. I always tend to somehow accidentally buffer that. I have no idea what I'm doing. Sand attack is not good. Okay, but I still have the decent damage already. So a little bit of luck should still be good. Argo gave me a bit of damage, but Rival barely did anything. So I got a hope for a Cubone ideally. And below 78, that's perfect. Or we're drowsy. Okay, Bubble Beam and Elixir on the drowsy. So let's hope for drowsy damage. That should be good. Yep, that's perfect. That's very good HP. Fighting the Hero Boss. Excite Horn Draw, Bubble Beam, Horn Draw. Lowest move. I should have went for enough wrestling. That's fine. Okay. So far, so good. Oh no, Chippy. No, I don't have a comparison. He just forfeited. Sad. Okay, 10th floor. When I pick up 2 items and dig out. Dig from within buildings, am I right? I really want to imagine how Paris does this, but maybe I shouldn't. Well, it just works. Anyway, we bike to Snorlax and get on our way to Koga, Safari Zone, and all that jazz. Para-heal for rare candy. Poke-flute. Ha! That wasn't too bad. Hidden rare candy is the next one. Okay, don't hit that optional here. It happened to me before. Okay, that's good. Now just avoid all the optionals and do the next menu. Potion for X back after repel. Really important to not teach a wrong move here because that would be fatal. You need that horn draw for you need 4 like for sure. One of the biggest things that got me a lot better at this game is learning the freaking route properly, which means also things like knowing the layouts of Mansion, of Silph-Co, of Safari. These are like the things I used to be very bad at and always looked at the map of a cave. So when I was preparing for the tourney initially, I at some point just did like safe state practice of those. Just to learn the layout properly, and that helped a ton. Just cruising through here feels so good. It's small things, but you know, very important to be good at this. Okay. Dig out and fly to Fuchsia. You can bike here, it's technically faster, but it's like barely a difference. It requires some inputs that I'd rather not do for now anyway. So, EQ 4 times on this guy. Then I hope the next guy doesn't kill me, because I think there's a chance he does. I see Chippy has gotten very, very bad luck on his run, as it looks like. He just wrote a big thing in chat. Which is why we don't have a comparison now anymore, but I'll just keep going. In the races I usually compare it to both people, just because it helps me. When we speak once it is whatever. I'll always lose to the very, very top guys, and that's okay. Unless I get lucky, but I really can't go into strats there on the run. Can just hope to execute it to the best of my ability and not do any mistakes, which is already the biggest thing anyway. EQ Thunderbolt on the next. Sometimes you also just crit him, which in this case would be good. In our cases you want him to do damage, but sometimes he just does this and does absolutely nothing. Which is fine. I have good HP for this. Now I just hope Koga doesn't stall for too long before he kills me. I'm in the range where a self-destruct kills me at any moment, which is great, because it sets up the red bar quite nicely. 3 EQs. And an elixir. Easy. Oh yeah. Just looking over what Chippy's writing down, that seemed like a sad run. But that's just the way it works sometimes. Self-destruct? No, don't exact, that's slow. So we stall. Okay, it works. Okay, I also gain some time here, which is good. Alrighty, first I use all rare candies here. And I get bike, fly to pallet. This guy gives me strength. Reach him. Oh, I'm in 5th place. That's amazing. Holy shit. Okay, at the bottom of the water I use a super repel. Teach HMO free. I should have fast scrolled that. And then I just surf. Oh god, with keeping it ice I'm basically completely tied. That's crazy. Okay, let's do this. The way the repel is set up here is you can't really afford any extra steps, and sometimes I still forget to do stuff and do extra steps, which is bad because it risks encounters, so I gotta focus a little. It's not too hard to do, it's just sometimes I get confused because there's a confusing menu right before. So far so good though, can't forget that. Okay, HM04 to Squirtle. TM14 over Bubble Beam. You can also teach that to Squirtle by accident, which would be disastrous. Use Repel. And it's the last Repel to use, so the way it's set up, it fits perfectly. Okay. Because right as you pick up that item, it's the last backspace you have. And then later on you want the backspace filled so you don't get extra items from the gym leaders. It's actually very smart routing. Because it's a faster text, since they skip the explanation of the moves and stuff. Okay, now I dig out. And I bike to Celadon Gem. Oops, that was extra. Oh, I missed. That's the first time I've ever missed this move from this guy. I don't even know if he can get destroyed here. Probably not. But who knows? I know a Tangle can waste some time. Cinnabar. Still fifth. Seems like I gained just very slightly. But now the other guy is very close. Oof. Two others I basically have no chance of catching up. Unless they get very unlucky. but they can try their best to keep 5th place here. Apparently I'm still in 157 pace, so it would be huge. Huge PB for me. On Sabrina I can actually gain a ton of time simply by walking the correct way, because I messed that up in my last race. Funnily enough I went to a wrong gym leader. But this will never happen again. That's a good part. Learning from mistakes as I should. No tombstoner in this game. Let's talk to Blaine. Executive Q, I drove 3 times. Oh, Super Potion. That's a cute one. It's part of a bingo tile in the freaking bingo game they have set up, which is kind of cool. So with red bar, you can still kind of chain these like buffers, but I won't bother because it barely saves any time with how quick it is anyway. Okay, now I dig out and go to the right gym. That would be great. Sabrina gym. Yeah, already saving time on my old one. Simply by going the right way, imagine. Ah, diagonal down. And now I EQ 4 times. The worst thing that can happen here is a 1 in 256. That you just die and it's pain. It's not the worst backup, it just loses time for no reason. Especially since you lose red bar after as well, but you know, should be fine most of the times. Still fifth? Caught up to the other guy as well. Damn. Maybe I have a chance if black belt goes wrong for some of them. Yep, and here's the time save for no reason. Okay, let's dig out and fly to the Viridian. But this is Giovanni's gym because he's a gym leader. It's crazy. Still fifth. Within 30 seconds of other people. Damn! I think someone lost like red bar or something. That's pretty crazy. If I don't die to black belt, I have decent chance of even getting fourth in that case. Please don't let me die. Because is a very risky fight since you have to set up on him. And that one turn he has certain moves that can kill at times. It's good if he hits you but doesn't kill you, because then you just have a perfect red bar setup for the remainder. Or he can just not kill you, which is also good. So that works well. Not dying. It's great. In this case, you will lose the red bar on Bruno. But if you get hit by Bruno, then you could even survive further, which is also amazing. Okay, can't forget the elixir here. Cost me runs before when I was starting out. And also we left the gym just to get us by guy teleported back up. It's actually faster than doing anything else. Okay, EQ times 4 plus Blizzard. I think I died to Black Belt in my last PB, so I'm pretty much on pace to destroy that one. Unless Lance goes wrong or anything, the E4 or I hit an optional like an idiot. But I usually don't do that anymore. Okay, let's get to the last one. Hopefully I hit that range. Whatever. That's also fine. Let's get on a bike. I use a super repel later because you gave me that advice. Maybe I'll change that up later because it's technically faster to do it in the same menu, but it's fine. It's a small difference. Still good. Close to the other guy. I X-Ack here, right? Yep. Blizzard. Thunderbolt. Got confused there, but it's fine. Nothing too bad happened yet. This fight can go horribly wrong. It happened before because I forgot to X special. If you forget to X special on the growl, it costs a ton of time. It might almost kill you and lose red bar. So that's why I usually try to not forget that anymore. And then orange on the rest. Since the X special technically doesn't make you faster, but because it reapplies to badge boosts, it does make you faster. Just about. But that is I was promising myself to not do this anymore, but I tend to forget that strength is now remove instead of serve. It's a bit of a time loss every time. Eventually I'll learn it. Always turn the wrong way here as well. Those are small things. Victory Road and Elite Four is still my weakest section by far. There's with Super Repel, am I stupid? Yeah, I am. But that's fine, alright. As long as I don't do anything horribly wrong, it's all fine. Just small time losses that I'll have to get better at. When I was watching the races and commentating, this part is done so well with the top tier guys, the menus just fly by, they don't stop the footbike at all. Probably gains quite a few seconds over the course of this. Okay, can't hit that optional, can't hit that optional either. That's what I'm talking about. It's kind of difficult to navigate the bike perfectly. Okay, can't hit that optional, just hold up. Okay, learned from my mistakes here as well. Okay. Also, I once managed to get the block all the way up, and that also soft blocks the game for a little bit. So you have to reload the whole area, which loses a ton of time. You only realize that late. And then there's one last optional coming up. Which is very easy to avoid. If I did this in my tournament seeding race like that, I would have won the race against Leo. Which is kinda sad, but oh well. To down to up. Okay. Not the greatest victory road, but as long as I don't do any mistakes, that's already good enough for me, honestly. So I won't deposit any cloaks for safety. You can do this for a bit of a faster time, but if you die, it sucks a lot. So let's not do that. Let's go straight in. It keeps the red bar, which is great. We'll just need to hope. So here I swapped to bird to avoid dying. There's also a YOLO strat, but let's not do that. Now the bird is killed. Hey Leo! Yeah, I'm currently in 5th place with potential to go 4th, though the freaking the freaking victory road was a little scuffed, but nothing too bad happened, so if I get hit by Bruno and get all the red bars, which should be insane. It's 157 pace. I'm already guaranteed 7th, but I'm in 5th place out of 11 people, which is very good. And I didn't even have flybar for this, so you know what that means. Yeah, the time I'm losing here is simply due to Victory Road execution. It's kinda sad. It's that much. Oh god, it really adds up. That's fine though. Please, Bruno, hit, but don't hit too hard. Do it. I'm already learning the small little details about this run. Also, if you go to my Twitch, you can see the race bot. I finally allowed it to work on my channel. That's not what I meant, but okay. That's also fine. Okay, I'm in 6th place. I think someone passed me. Yeah, someone passed me just slightly because of my Victory Road silliness. I really need to work on the Victory Road. It's still very close. I could still be 7th if I'm not fast, but it all depends on Lance and Champ and all that bullshit. I'm still happy with my performance in any case. And also if other people get red bar on Bruno. Wait, it's literally just my Champ, but it doesn't lose that much time, does it? Just that little bit that counts, doesn't it? Okay, super potion plus rare candy. One of my weakest points is still Victory Road. I really got to work on that. Let's see if anyone killed Bruno. No, I'm in 6th, but barely by like 4 seconds. Keeping it icy, got a little bit ahead, I think. No, within 4 seconds actually. Wow. Okay, let me not overthink this. Expect a Q. Don't fuck me up, boy. Fuck off. Where is the fucking fluid? I hate this. The Teppich finished with 152. Of course he would. Silly Gengar. You can't do that. This Hypnosis turn might actually make me 7th place, depending on how the rest goes, but it's pretty much up in the air depending on Lance, I guess. I'm still happy with my performance here. I mean, Agathas can go very wrong, right? Much more wrong than this. And I don't need to heal, this is actually clutch. I use Elixir, save, and that's it, right? Well, it's unlikely to be 157, unfortunately. 158 is still very good. For my standards, anyway. Okay, Elixir safe. That's it. Expect Thunderbolt. Don't kill me, you asshole. Don't kill me, you fucking asshole. Okay, that's good. It's actually good HP for champ as well. Holy shit. Or do I, like, get out of this? Blizzard. Can't forget what I'm doing here. Then expect into Blizzard. Oh god. Yeah, let the text go by. Whew. The small things. Okay, Thunderbolt, Bliss. Okay, I'm just going. I'm just going hard. Let's do it. I'm just sending it. So, let's do this. In theory it could still kill me from that HP, but hopefully it doesn't. I think it's unlikely, right? Expect X-Egg. Rather, expect Adapt, yeah. Expect Adapt. Glowing means Blizzard. Oh no! You fucker! Why would you do such a thing? Oh, that is so unfortunate. Okay, I revive and do the regular sets. That's so bad. Come on, that Blizzard miss cost me a couple places here. Surely. Okay, you're still glowing. Well, then kill me. Ah, you fucker. I played this correctly. Let's try again. Expect? I still have to do the expect, right? It's still glowing. Fucker. Okay. This time. EQ, exact. No, I should be safe. Ah, this is unfortunate. Exact horn draw, okay. This could have been over already. Anyway, GG though. I'll call this a GG. It's at least a 159, right? I mean, I still don't know how Valvis did like lands. I was in 5th place. Okay, this probably cost me 5th place. Unless they also got trolled, who knows? But it's unlikely. Blizzard miss. Blizzard miss cost me 158, yeah. Unfortunate. I was still close to 4th place even. I think with that Blizzard miss, not missing, I could have gone 4th place here, which is actually huge. Oh well. Yep, for sure. Like for sure, for sure. No way! Oh boy, got 6. Okay, so yeah, the Blizzard Mist cost me 158, which would have made me 4th place with that red bar probably. But hey, at least it's sub 2. This Miss into Sky Attack cost me 4th. And 158. Also no fly bar. Could have even been a 157 under better circumstances, but I am happy still. Alrighty, that's good. I'm sad about the champ fight, since that pretty much cost me 4th place, but holy shit, potential 4th place out of 11 people and I got 6, like that's huge. So yeah, I'll take it. So I beat Pasca, D-Rams, Kaiwen, Chippy Toothy and Lionheart, and was very very close to keeping it icy and Blake Turner-tron. And then Juan Lee, Nerdy Nerd and Tepicha in a whole different league of their own. But yeah, I mean, basically under good circumstances I can do, let's say, a very good run of 156, which is crazy. Maybe 155 under even better circumstances. But yeah, that was good. I'll take it. Good race. Good practice. And at least it's sub 2 finally. Missed that one way too many times. I would have been happier though if I would have gotten the 157 immediately, but well, it was also a bit of my fault because the victory road was so trash. But I mean, this run, the moon could have been way better. I just got a couple encounters, which sucks. The bridge was good. Misty was, yeah, I had to switch out, so that was meh. So Surge, if he would have hit with that Voltorb, I would have had that red bar, which would have been insane, but due to that I didn't have red bar for fly. I really have to take a look at the whole fly bar backups, like that are after Surge anyway. Not sure how tricky they are, but they might be worth doing under certain circumstances. I mean, the rest was alright. Besides that Victory Road section where I'm always slower than I would love it to be. Like Leo, when we were commentating and I saw Primal Pizza do the Victory Road menus and inputs and the biking. Like, Jesus Christ. That's probably like 20 to 30 seconds or whatever the fuck I do. And I'm probably underestimating it. I mean, other than that, Bruno could have been faster if I got hit, and Agatha was a little troll with hypnosis, but nothing too bad. Lance was very good. Champ was unfortunate, since I have a perfect setup for it. Alright, I'll take it though. A 153, sum of best for race, no way. Really? I always wonder how I lose so much time of Mount Moon. I probably underestimate how much time encounters cost. Because here I just got 2 random encounters and it cost like 45 seconds or whatever. Well, because I killed one of them as Moon XP. So it probably adds up further. Because even though I messed up the I also messed up the Paris, that's correct. Yeah. I still encountered it, but it wasn't great. Anyway, let me save this one and be done with the stream for today. I saw people were sending me messages, so I should probably catch up on that. Thank you everyone for watching.